What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a marvelous day. And with that being said, let's get into the charts. All right, so we got some charts to look at today. I am quite excited. Okay, we might be getting our breakout on Mr. VIX. Not sure if it's going to happen, but it is looking like it's going to happen. Unless we get one hell of a spike going into close, then I don't think VIX is not going to break out of this. All right, I think we're going to have our daily close. Now, it is 1:48 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 hours before, before close. Like power hour, we really can end up pushing into the sky over there on the indices, and that would suck VIX back down. But given that we only have 2 hours left and we are decently above there, I think we're probably going to end up having that close. You have your stochastic going straight up. You have your CCI hinge straight up. RSI is doing the same exact thing. Coming over here to SPX, we have the exact opposite scenario here. All right, so starting off with, we actually do not know. We still don't have any divergence. All right. We did have divergences. You end up seeing this day right here that end up starting to carve through them. All right, and it was the same thing over here for QQQ. You end up also carving through your bearish divergence right there. Did you form a new one? No, you didn't form a new one. Coming over here to DIA. So something that happened yesterday is DIA broke out of its the pennant. It's had this it's been consolidating it. So I don't know if that is going to that's going to mean we're going up, but I did include in my written analysis last night that I think it's likely that we move sideways, or not sideways. My conclusion was that we move sideways up here until a catalyst, but because DIA ended up breaking out of that yesterday, I had the daily close over it. I said in my written update last night that it is likely that we move sideways to the upside. All right, we actually did not move to the upside. All right, we are definitely to the downside today. Nevertheless, doesn't change that had taken place yesterday. All right. I don't think it really means too much. All right. I'm not really giving it too much weight. All right. But it was something I was watching, and now it has happened, and I don't know what it means. All right. So it's there. All right. You do have SPX, or not have, you had SPX bouncing off its trend line over here, and now we're about to be coming back down to it again. All right, so which trend line are we going to hold? I don't know. We're probably going to be bouncing off of either this trend line or this one right here. All right, this one right here was just for your bear flag right there. There was a parallel line that we had over here. All right, and then that one over there was the bottom line for this rising wedge that we never ended up breaking to the downside of. We broke to the upside, and then we ended up flipping it. So I'm going to be watching these trend lines. I think these are going to be important again. I think they're probably going to get another reaction before they end up sending us down, just because we don't have any clear catalyst right now. But then again, something I mentioned over the last few days was, guys, maybe they're not going to wait for a catalyst to bring us down. All right, maybe we're all going to be caught off guard here because it's going to be a complete surprise. All right, or there's no catalyst at all, or there's no surprise catalyst. It's just like, hey, all right. They were getting everybody super hyped up. They're letting the option chains explode, all right, leading up into these events. Then they could crush everyone, and there you go, all right? Nothing ended up coming out of these events. There you go. Maybe they're going to sell you off of no event, all right? No idea what happens, no crystal ball, but that is what I think is likely. Like, it's either going to be CPI next week, all right, which I didn't think it was going to be CPI, all right? I'm sure a lot of you guys didn't think it would be CPI, all right? That was a ways away, like a few weeks ago when we started looking for this top, all right? So I'm not even going to say a few weeks, all right? We've been looking for this top for 1, 2, 3. So yeah, over here, this was when I was looking for that top over there. All right, so yeah, we're going on 2 to 3 weeks now, and yeah, that was not looking like it would be the case back then, but that's why I say, like, hey, this is a surprise catalyst, all right? But it was in front of our eyes the whole time. Someone said it in a comment the other day. I think it was on yesterday's video. They said the catalyst is right in front of it. And I'm paraphrasing. I actually don't know what they said. There's something along the lines of the catalyst has been right in front of our eyes the whole time. And yeah, honestly, it very well could be that CPI report. All right, I've been telling you guys, if we were getting this rally, guys, people are they're gonna start spending again. Okay, the wealth effect is going to be coming back, and I guarantee if we were to sustain this rally, yeah, guys, the wealth effect is going to screw up. their whole fight against inflation. So something is going, like, something's going to correct the market. The charts predict the news. The charts are still saying, like, guys, something is going to tank this market. I just don't know what it is. But now you have your weekly CCI up here. It's the same spot you were over here before you got rug pulled. Okay, you did have this chip chop over there. All right, so I mean, that can happen for, what is this, like 6 to 8 weeks here before we end up getting any drop. All right, they could really grind you up here. All right, I don't think that is going to be the case, though, because we do have different circumstances than what we had over here. All right, back over here, nobody knew about this bear market coming along. Nobody knew about, you know, holy crap, inflation is going to wreck the whole entire economy. No one knew about the fear that was coming, right? Well, somehow we've gone through all of this, and now somehow people are still, like, they're just forgetting about just the risk here. All right, over here, that's acceptable, guys. Okay, people, like, I get it. Okay, you had a market that just went straight up. Okay, and you finally had an event to test the theory of just, hey, buy and hodl. All right, you had something to test, and guess what? No, you still just kept going up. I get it. Okay, so, like, up here, I completely understand why complacency was here. All right, but when you're up here and people aren't acknowledging the risks, all right, guys, that to me makes absolutely no sense, considering we've seen the past year do what the past year has done. All right, I'm sure there were a lot of surprises last year, so I don't get why the market is not pricing this risk. But then again, I also do get why the market is not pricing this risk. They're about to catch everybody with their pants down. That's what's about to take place. All right. So now that we got all that out of the way, that little chit chat there. All right, let's get back into the TA. Okay. Now it is 1:54 p.m. EST. All right. So I don't know where these candlesticks are going to end up closing, but as of right now, you do have a bearish Rayman candlestick formation on SPX. You probably have the same over here on SPY. Probably also the same on QQ. What do you got going on DIA? You got the same exact thing. IWM is the outlier, all right? But I will say you are down today with this insanely low volume, all right? So you can see a volume spike going into the end of the day that does come out and beat this, but I don't think that is going to be taking place, all right? Now, I really don't think they end up selling you off without a catalyst. I'm still going to stand by that one. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think there needs to be something that completely shifts this narrative. And someone in the comments asked, what narrative? I think it was in a Weeble comment yesterday. What narrative? Guys, the narrative that inflation is just somehow going away and the Fed can pretty much be like insanely less aggressive than what is currently being priced in, which, by the way, guys, no, the market is not pricing in what Jerome Powell is saying, right? 5 to 5.1% rates are not being priced in the federal funds futures, all right? So I don't know, and that's why I say something needs to be said to get the market to start pricing fear in, all right? Like, and I don't know what it's going to be, but something is likely going to need to be said. Something needs to completely shift the narrative so the whole market starts, you know, it's freaking out again, all right? And before everybody freaks out too, you're going to need the market trying to price in the fact that everyone will freak out, all right? So I don't know what's going to spark that one, but something is going to do it. All right, there is going to be something. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's going to be that CPI report. No idea. No crystal ball. Oh, well. All right. So there you go. All right. You do have your CCI hinged down back at your sell line. All right. This is where you bounced the other day. Are we going to get another bounce? I don't know. All right. I've been trying to tell you guys these candlesticks are pretty troll on the daily time frame, and I hope you guys see exactly what I'm talking about. All right. I understand you do need confirmation on candlesticks, but nevertheless, they're still just troll, guys. They're troll, all right? You got this bullish engulfing candlestick that continued on into a bearish Aramic candlestick. Troll, all right? Troll for both sides here, all right? You got these topping tails. Oh, look, we didn't... Well, I mean, maybe we topped. I don't know, all right? I have no idea. No idea. But yeah, guys, you do have your stochastic cross down, and you have your RSI and CCI hinged down. And I did mention last night on my written update, along with all of the other factors I've been showing you guys, like, hey, guys, the top is very close, all right? I don't really care what anybody says at this point. Like, no, a top is extremely close, all right? We now have the RSI at 70, so that's what I was about to say. So along with everything else I've been showing you guys, just know that your RSI has hit 70 here on SPX, and then it also did on QQQ, went above it. All right, I think we hit 69 there on SPX and 70 like one or so here on the Qs. Okay, yeah, 73, 76 your RSI hit over there. All right, guys, this is where you're gonna find your top. All right, I don't know if you go back up for the divergence. Okay, honestly, it's not off of my table. Okay, it's not at all off the table, and that is strictly because, all right, again, we don't know what catalyst is going to be. All right, and if it's going to be CPI, which is the next big catalyst in my book, well, dude, guys, that's next week. All right, we got some trading sessions before next week. All right, so hey, it's not off the table to go back up and make that new high. All right, that's what I'm getting at. But we do know that we are right here. Okay, we are literally right here. I know you didn't get up there last time, but you did the same thing over here. You formed that divergence. You got up here, formed that divergence. Are we going to form a divergence? No idea. But honestly, how I'm seeing things is we are probably going to trade sideways, okay, until a catalyst. And from what I was seeing last night, it's likely that we trade sideways up. All right. So yes, it's going to be sideways, but it's going to be slightly to the upside. All right. It doesn't have to happen, but that is currently what I'm saying. All right. Now coming over to Mr. VIX. All right. So I think I talked about it earlier at the beginning of the video, but just in case I didn't, VIX does have a breakout today. Are we going to get the daily close over here? That is what is going to mark the start of the fireworks, okay? This will spark the spark of the fireworks, all right? So I do hope this does get the daily close, because then, dude, I guess this would be our confirmation here, getting a daily close. You, like, literally have not been able to do so several times now. All right, you have gotten rejected here at this trend line. This is your consolidation. When the VIX's consolidation ends, you're gonna get fireworks. All right. So yeah, when you start getting fireworks, you're gonna start getting fireworks to the downside on SPX. All right. So I don't know if it's gonna happen today, but just know, guys, I am watching for it to happen today. And if you do get that daily close under there, I just might buy some more March 3rd puts, okay? All right? Been trading around a bit throughout the past few days, all right? But just know that if this ends up getting that close, guys, I will have a fully established put position. Okay, I'm in there. Oh, something else I actually called out, guys. I'm playing this, all right? And my logic on this one, my thinking is just literally like, okay, $1,000 can literally turn into $10,000 if I just like literally chill here. Okay, we're gonna talk about GNS in a second. All right. But yeah, just know my overall logic on that play is like, oh, 1,000 turns to $10,000. All right, it's not something like we're gonna be playing the indices. This is definitely like here. We're gonna talk about in a little bit. Hang on. All right, let's go over the smaller time frames. Right, so we have this on VIX. I want to point this out, which might, hey, this might be signaling that we are not going to be, or that we are going to be closing over there, all right? You had the bearish divergence over here on the hourly time frame the other day when you were here, and that's how I knew you likely weren't going to end up closing over there, all right? I didn't mention anything, but just know this is what I was looking at, all right? And this right here is taking place without a bearish divergence, okay? So, hey, I'm just saying, a case is here for the 1 hour time frame, Mr. VIX, for you not to close inside that wedge today, which means, all right, guys, are the fireworks going to start today? I don't know. I'm excited, though. I'm excited. It'll be so cool, dude. It'll be so freaking cool. All right. So let's go over the 4 hour time frame here on SPY and QQQ. All right, guys, you do have some room to the downside. I don't know if you're going to be getting that bounce, all right, but I am going to be watching QQ's, or not QQ, SPY's 4 hour CCI here. Obviously, of course, I'll be watching QQ as well. All right. But yeah, you come over here to SPX and you come over here. All right, and this is just, oh, didn't want to do that. All right. So this is what I want to point out here, all right? So I pointed this out. You had like the convergence of all these trend lines here. You got the horizontal trend line. You had pretty much both. Like this was for the bear flag. Now you've broken up from the bear flag, so I don't think we could really call it a bear flag. This will actually, we'll take that off. When it's relevant, we will make the new trend line, which we actually do have another trend line. I just don't want to have all these trend lines up here at once because they're not going to be relevant. All right, but eventually, once we do end up, if we break down from here, guys, we will put this one up on the chart, and this will be acting as another trend line of support slash like it's something that's going to get a reaction out of it. So you either impulsively break it, or you're going to get a reaction. You're going to bounce back up. All right, and yeah, all right. But since that time is not now, we're not going to put that on a chart. All right, guys. But I am watching for you to end up coming down somewhere to bounce over here. All right. But I will say right now, you do just have you never started this move down here on SPX. I mentioned this, I think, in yesterday's video. You just literally never cycled back down here. All right. You have just literally stayed up here forming, I mean, this right here broke the divergence, but you then formed another divergence here. That's going all the way from back here, guys, to up here. This whole thing is one giant divergence, all right? So yeah, guys, they're going to let this thing fall, okay? I don't know when it's going to happen, but if you don't get your bounce here, which actually I'm just going to say right now, if VIX closes out of here, if it does have a daily close over that trend line here, all right, I will say, I'll go on a limb here, and I will say that my bet will be that we do not stop here, okay? If VIX ends up getting that close, guys, that in my head is going to, that's going to mark marking the start of the fireworks, all right? And then I would expect that SPX, they're going to let this bad boy fall, all right? So we probably wouldn't get that reaction here at these trend lines, all right? So, yeah. So, honestly, guys, all eyes on Mr. VIX today, all right? That is what I'm going to be watching going into the close. All right. Yeah, guys. I mean, it's really the same exact picture. Like, it is literally a waiting game. Okay. People can be entering your puts. Okay. Like, you can enter your swing trade for your like puts, but like there really is no swing to the upside here. There's not. All right. I hate to tell you guys that, but like, well, I mean, I guess I don't hate to tell you guys that. I don't care, because at the end of the day, I'm just coming here to you guys with the charts. All right. So whatever the charts say, whatever the charts say. All right, and that's what it is, guys. It's still just the same exact waiting game. Okay, I do stand by what I've said in this video. I think it's going to come with a catalyst. Okay, I don't think it's just going to be a nothing burger that ends up like completely flipping this narrative. No, I think something's going to need to happen. Now, we do have a crap ton of Fed speakers coming out. All right, so I don't know if one of them are going to be saying something, but just be paying attention. All right, and even if you want to just follow a bunch of Twitter accounts, okay, I like watching these Fed speakers, but I also do just have, I think it's called Fast Stock Market News. You got the Walter Bloomberg guy on Twitter, probably a few other ones that I follow, probably like 2 or 3 more that I follow with news. But yeah, all right, watch for anything different than what Powell was saying, guys. That is enough to spark the sell-off, okay? If you start seeing, like, it has to be something that is going to change the pretty much the federal funds futures. Like, the market needs to start pricing in what they're saying. All right, because if something doesn't spark that, guys, the market has no reason to sell off. So that's what I'm getting at. All right, so something is going to be coming with all likelihood, and that's that. All right, so now that we've talked about that, let's actually see what is DXY doing. Look at that, guys. It's trying to flip it. That's beautiful. All right, I told you guys to be watching here to see if we get rejection here, but we actually flipped it, guys. So I'm yeah, we're going to be watching. I mean, from what this thing's doing right now, we're probably going to see this thing continuing on. But that's what I'm going to be watching for. Do we continue on from here? Do we not? All right. If we continue on, fireworks are likely. They're starting, guys. They're starting. All right. But yeah. All right. So let's go over GNS. Okay, guys. GNS. All right. Do not mind. All right. This. All right. I'm not in it for this. I am in this because this is a hype play the Zip Trader is calling a lot of attention to, and he continuously calls a lot of attention to it. And then you have that CEO on Twitter that is also calling a lot of attention over to his stock GNS. All right, so the theme here is like naked shorts. All right, just know that the short interest, last time I looked the other day, which was yesterday, it was 3%. Okay, that was on Ortex, 3%. So just know that, like, that you're not really playing it for that. All right, what you're playing right now is the hype narrative. Okay, you're literally like in it. Hey guys, you can have, maybe this thing is like shorted into oblivion. I have no idea. Maybe it has 500% short inch. Guess what? I don't care. All right, just know that is the narrative. Okay, naked shorts. That's the narrative that's being played. Okay, we're not buying into the narrative. Well, I'm not buying into the narrative. I'm trying to play the hype, okay? This is something that I was watching over here. I think I told you guys about this. I was literally about to pull the trigger on calls down here, and then I saw it do this, and I was like, oh, crap, freaking crap. And then it was back here again, and this is actually, you could see it on the 4-hour time frame. Look at this. Yeah, I was literally seeing it. This is when I was looking at it, when the 4-hour CCI came down here. But this is the reason I'm looking at it now, all right? Technically speaking, we're in the same spot. All right. Well, I mean, obviously we're not in the same spot. We're at elevated levels. All right. And we're not at $3. All right. So this is not, just know that this, I'm not playing this for a technical setup. I'm strictly playing this as a, I'm going to call this a, high probability lotto play. All right. My thought process behind this one is like, hey, this is a play where you get to, hey, if you want to just have $1,000 seated in this play. All right. There is the, in my personal opinion, there is the likelihood that it turns into something like 5 to 10K over the next month. All right. I don't know when it's going to pop off. All right. I am currently in the $8 March 17 calls. All right. Those are the ones that I have loaded up. All right. If we do end up getting a dip, all right, I will load some more and then I will sit on my hands. All right. This is literally, yeah, it's literally, this is the play that I am deciding to buy in, and I'm just going to hold, all right? I'm going to buy these dated calls, and I'm going to hold, all right? I think Zip Trader is going to keep drawing attention into this thing, all right? Just know, like, I'm not buying into this whole, like, hey, let's buy in at elevated levels into this short squeeze narrative. No, all right? But I am going to play, like, I'm going to play the hype, guys. I'm pretty positive. This thing ain't going anywhere, guys. This thing on Webull, I've been seeing it. It's just kind of just maintaining this, like in the popularity list. It's just, hey, it's just in the top 10. And today, I think it was top 8. All right, it's just been sitting there. All right, so yeah, there's no shorts to absolutely, like, you know, rip faces at any point. But then again, you come over. I know I can't show you, but this was like, I remember seeing this on the 3-minute chart. All right, it just literally, like, it skyrocketed. All right, let's see if we actually. It's, oh, right over here, right? So this is what I'm saying. So there's no shorts, but maybe there are shorts, all right? Like, I can't show you that there's shorts because I just told you, like, it said 3%. It's not my argument here. My argument is that, like, hey, there is hype to be played. Maybe there are shorts to be played, like what's going on over here. What caused that? Like, I know what caused that. There was a catalyst that did that, all right? But, like, then again, what, like, actually... Like, what was that? Is it shorts being squeezed? I don't know, all right? 3%? Like, I don't buy that. I don't know, okay? But either way, guys, just know that is what I'm doing, all right? Considering that I have been buying dated puts anyway and just watching them slowly die off, I don't really care, all right? I am fully willing to bet $1,000 on this bad boy right now. So I got just a little under $1,000 in here right now, all right? And I'll buy 5 or 10 more calls when well, not when, but if the time does come, all right? For this thing to end up taking another breather, all right? Now, again, just know this thing is definitely at elevated levels, all right? Just know that, like, hey, if you do end up going back up, all right, 875, all right, the $8 calls here, all right, they're like, intrinsically, they're going to go to 175, but I think the other day, I think they did go to, we can actually pull this up. Pull this up at Webull. Come on. There we go. All right, should be popping up. There we are. All right, come over here. It's GNS. Okay. Coming over here. Okay. And I'm doing the March just because you see the Feb, so they got 9 days. And you can't see this thing pop off. I don't really care to, do that. All I really want from this thing is I want to be able to sit here and do absolutely nothing, and, like, maybe one day this thing absolutely pops off, maybe in the next 1 to 2 weeks, not sure. But yeah, guys, look at this. So the other day these did end up going to 235. All right, I do think this next leg is probably it would probably go up and break that high. All right, so maybe you do end up running $10. I don't know. All right. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this play. All right. It is literally just a Zip Trader's drawing a crap ton of hype towards it. All right. I think he's going to keep drawing hype towards it. And Yeah, that's that. All right. Now I do know there is that like dividend thing. I guess they're trying to do the thing that Overstock did. No, not futures, just stocks. Okay. You come over here, and if you want to see what they did this. All right, and that was literally that. All right, the 5,000% gain right there. But what caused this, I guess, was they ended up doing the, yeah, it was over here. What caused this was they ended up doing like a dividend thing or whatever, and I guess it exposed the naked shorts. I don't know. Okay. But that's what he is doing over there, the CEO of GNS. So that is, I'm not saying that's going to happen because that's not what I'm going to bet on. All right. I'm betting on people thinking that's going to happen. All right. All right, guys. So I guess that is pretty much it. Let's see what is going on. What's going on? Let's see. Missed the 3-minute time frame over here. But yeah, guys, all in all, I think you probably trade sideways, all right? Slash maybe slightly to the upside, all right? But I am still going to be watching these trend lines down here for a reaction, all right? I'm going to be watching the hourly CCI over here on SPX because this is what gave away this bounce. Obviously, of course, all of these trend lines coming together as well. All right, but I am that's what I'm watching for reaction. All right, we're watching the hourly time frame over on SPX for that. All right, I think that is pretty much it. Yeah, there's nothing else really. All right, guys, so with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. Everybody have a lovely rest of your day, and I will catch you tomorrow. Peace.